Every member of Geordi LaForge's family in Star Trek explained Geordi LaForge, LeVar Burton, stayed busy as the chief engineer of the USS Enterprise D on Star Trek, The Next Generation, but he still found time to start a family before Star Trek. Picard. Throughout his time on the Enterprise D, Geordi proved to be an incredibly skilled engineer, often going above and beyond to ensure the ship's engines ran as smoothly as possible. Despite being one of TNG's main characters, Geordi had less development than many of his fellow crew members, and very little was revealed about his childhood. Over the course of its 7 seasons, Star Trek The Next Generation introduced family members of several of its main characters. Most notably, Counselor Deanna Troy's Marina Sirtis' mother, Waxana Troy, Majel Barrett, became a recurring character on both TNG and Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Lore Brent Spiner, the evil twin brother of LT Commander Data Brent Spiner, also made multiple appearances. Geordi's parents, on the other hand, only appeared in 1 episode of TNG, and much about his family remains unknown. As chief engineer on the USS Enterprise D, Geordi gained a reputation for being an incredibly hard worker who could find a solution to almost any engineering problem. Although Geordi had been blind since birth, he never let this slow him down. On the contrary, Geordi LaForge's visor proved helpful on numerous occasions, as he could see things beyond normal human eyesight. After leaving the Enterprise, Geordi went on to have an impressive career, climbing Starfleet's ranks and eventually making it to the position of Commodore. By the time of Star Trek Picard Season 3, Geordi was serving as the head curator for the Starfleet Museum at Athen Prime. With his love of starships and their history, this felt like the perfect career choice for someone like Geordi. Not only did Geordi get married and start a family sometime after Star Trek Nemesis, but he also found time to completely rebuild and restore the USS Enterprise D. This turned out to be incredible foresight on his part, as the iconic ship proved vital in stopping the Borg/Changeling threat. Geordi's father, Commander Edward M. LaForge Ben Vereen, only appeared in the Star Trek The Next Generation Season 7 episode, Interface, but he was mentioned a few other times throughout the series. Edward served in Starfleet as an exozoologist, and he once spent time studying invertebrates in the Modian system. In Interface, Edward contacted Geordi to let him know that his mother and her ship, the USS Hera, were missing. While Edward spoke to Geordi about funeral arrangements, Geordi refused to accept that his mother was gone. When Geordi was a child, Edward and his wife, Silva LaForge, Madge Sinclair, saved their young son from a fire. When Geordi told his best friend Data about this incident, he recalled that it took a while for him to even allow his parents out of earshot. Not much is known about Edward LaForge, but he appeared to be a good father to Geordi and his sister, Ariana. Like Edward LaForge, Captain Silva LaForge made her one and only Star Trek appearance in TNG's Interface. While her husband joined the science division within Starfleet, Silva pursued her own command and spent time at multiple outposts along the Romulan neutral zone. Silva took over command of the USS Hera in 2369, and the ship went missing less than a year later in 2370. The USS Nobel and the USS Excelsior both embarked on search missions to look for the Hera, but no trace of the ship or its crew could be found. Geordi LaForge, the beloved chief engineer of the USS Enterprise D in Star Trek The Next Generation, is one of the franchise's most iconic and enduring characters. Known for his incredible engineering prowess, his unique visor, which allows him to see despite being born blind, and his deep friendship with Data, Geordi's character is multifaceted. However, many fans are unaware of the intricacies of his family background. Across various Star Trek series and novels, we get glimpses into the LaForge family, revealing the people who shaped Geordi's life and career. 1. Captain Silva LaForge, Geordi's mother. Geordi LaForge's mother, Silva LaForge, plays a significant role in shaping his values, ambitions, and sense of duty. Silva is a decorated Starfleet officer, serving as the captain of the USS Hera, a Nebula-class starship. Her importance in Geordi's life is mentioned several times throughout The Next Generation, and she is portrayed as a strong, caring, and competent leader in her own right. In the Star Trek The Next Generation episode Interface, Geordi faces a deeply emotional journey when the USS Hera goes missing. Silva LaForge and her crew are presumed dead after the ship disappears without a trace during a mission. Geordi, refusing to believe that his mother is gone, uses an experimental interface device to connect with a probe in an attempt to locate her. In doing so, he sees visions of his mother, though it's ultimately revealed that these were manifestations of an alien presence trying to communicate with him. Although Geordi never finds his mother, this episode highlights his deep emotional connection to her and the profound loss he feels. Silva LaForge represents an ideal Starfleet officer, brave, dedicated, and resourceful. Her legacy lives on through Geordi, who embodies many of her qualities. Geordi's deep respect for the chain of command, his compassion, and his strong moral compass can all be seen as traits inherited from his mother. 2. Commander Edward M. LaForge, Geordi's father. While Geordi's mother has a more prominent on-screen presence, his father, Edward M. LaForge, is also briefly mentioned in The Next Generation. Edward is a Starfleet exozoologist, a scientist who studies alien animal life. This field is quite different from his son's expertise in engineering, but it highlights the intellectual curiosity that seems to run in the LaForge family. Although Edward's role in the show is relatively minor, it is clear that he had a positive influence on Geordi's upbringing. Edward's career as a Starfleet scientist would have exposed Geordi to the values of exploration and scientific discovery from a young age. His father's curiosity about the universe and dedication to Starfleet undoubtedly helped foster Geordi's own drive to excel in his field. Edward LaForge's background as a scientist also provides an interesting contrast to Geordi's more practical, hands-on approach to problem-solving as an engineer. This duality within the LaForge family, scientific curiosity paired with engineering ingenuity, underscores the diversity of skills and passions within the Starfleet community. 3. Ariana and Brett LaForge, Geordi's siblings. In addition to his parents, Geordi LaForge has two siblings, Ariana and Brett. While they are not given much screen time or detailed character development in the series, their existence helps flesh out Geordi's family background. Ariana and Brett are mentioned in passing in non-canon Star Trek novels, where they are depicted as leading lives outside of Starfleet. Their lives provide an interesting contrast to Geordi's, as they do not follow in their parents' footsteps by joining Starfleet. This divergence from the Starfleet tradition illustrates the varied paths that members of the LaForge family take, even while being united by shared values of curiosity, exploration, and intellectual engagement. Though Ariana and Brett remain mostly in the background, their inclusion in the extended Star Trek universe adds another layer to Geordi's character, suggesting that he comes from a well-rounded family with diverse interests. His relationships with his siblings are not fully explored, but the fact that they exist gives depth to his personal history and suggests a support network that extends beyond his professional life. 4. The LaForge family legacy. Geordi LaForge's family, while not a central focus of The Next Generation, plays a crucial role in shaping who he is as a character. His mother's courage and leadership, his father's scientific curiosity, and his siblings' independence all contribute to the well-rounded and dynamic character that fans have come to love. The LaForge family reflects the core values of the Star Trek universe: exploration, diversity, and a dedication to bettering oneself and the galaxy. Moreover, Geordi's interactions with his family, especially the loss of his mother, add emotional depth to his character. His struggle to accept her disappearance and interface is one of the more personal and emotionally charged moments in the series. It shows that beneath his calm and logical exterior